Good afternoon. Evening for some of you all. Early evening. Maybe good morning for those of you that will be fortunate enough to catch this via video while it is still public. So for those of you that are joining today, you are fortunate because, like I said, this video is going to once it goes to this chat, once it goes to video, is going to be private soon. I'm not going to put a date on it, but you know, when they say available for 24 hours. So yeah, it's one that you'll have to watch in its entirety before it's gone. And I don't intend on answering any questions after the fact. So given the fact that I know, I would like to apologize. I know the time was messed up according to the notification. Yeah, but given that it's been what, 3-4 days, and when I get notifications like this for people and they say still waiting, I just go back to their page and I check, and you know, just to see if they're on yet, because I know this happens. How do you get the private videos? You don't. They're mine. They're under lock and key. So like I said, this is if you're here, stay here. If you have to leave, like I say, I don't know how long I'm going to leave it up. I'm, you know, maybe feeling extra generous, but I really appreciate you all. But yeah, once I privatize a video, it won't be back up for the public. So you guys are VIP. The VIP information. Remember, I told you what I'm doing, so I'm not giving out information like that anymore. Anyway, faith, family, fun. Hi, 3 and done. All right. So, see, I'm getting 2 chats because I have another one coming up. So I'm trying to distinguish the 2. And the information is right in front of my face. So if you guys did not see, I did tell you that I was not publicizing any more homeschool videos right now. But I did give you a 12-minute, 13-minute snippet. And somebody was like, really? Yeah, that was all I had time for, literally. Because I was on my way to the grocery store. So yeah, that's all the time I have, guys. Seriously, I am so swamped. But I do want to address that topic, writing with the children, because I keep seeing struggle, for lack of a better word, because that's what everybody else uses, struggle. And I think I can help, especially being a writer. There are a lot of things, a lot of tips that I can offer, and yeah, I just, some people have an understanding, but some people do not. And the one thing I can tell you, no curriculum, no writing curriculum is going to help you or your child. Okay? None. I don't care what the curriculum promises. If it's, $200 curriculum, if it's a $10 curriculum, that's not going to help that child write. Like I said, being a writer myself, but flashback to when I was about in the first grade. That is my first experience. I didn't know anything about, the teachers weren't even teaching writing. This is a real quick story before I get into this. But they weren't teaching writing because, that's when kids are just now getting into, barely sentences and spelling and things like that, alphabet. But again, I was a very bright child. I read very early, so I was ahead. And then I had to stay back a whole year because of 2-day birthday cutoff. So I don't know. I was 7 in the first grade or something like that. Anyway, we weren't even into grammar. Okay. Now I do stress grammar, but there's a timeline. But we weren't into grammar at all. Some kids were, again, still learning the alphabet. So for those of you that are looking for these curriculum to magically help you transform that child into writing and to make it fun and engaging and all of that, that's not what they're going to do. They're going to sell their product. Okay? I don't care what the reviews say. They're selling that product. Okay? I learned how to write from reading. I had an imagination, and a vivid imagination, and I just wrote. And I don't know what happened. One day my teacher asked for whatever I was doing, and I was writing something. That teacher took that, read it, and immediately I was a standout because of what I had done. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just doing what I did. Needless to say, every essay contest or whatever kind of writing, oratory, whatever, guess who won? They recognized it as a natural gift. They passed it along to every other teacher. But I didn't get into grammar until really like 2nd or 3rd grade. And so what I'm going to share with you all is, you saw just a little snippet of the kids. And some of what I just said will probably be repeated in just a little intro or something of that. But I'm going to show you how I do it effortlessly. And I have also kind of interviewed the kids so that you can hear their take on the process. Okay. Again, a curriculum is not going to do it because it's written from an educator standpoint. If you want to know how to write, you want to know how to teach writing, you have to ask a writer. That's the only way to do it, because curriculum is meant to be, it's taught from, it's marketed. Okay. It's just meant for marketing, and they're not going to teach you. I mean, really nobody can teach you to write. That's the bottom line. I haven't found one. They're good, but they're not going to teach you. It's a process. And that's the thing. You all don't know the process. And if you don't know the process, you won't understand how to teach it. And sometimes I forget and try to put too much emphasis on what I'm doing. I'm kind of just like every other writer I know, you're perfectionist. But, if you put too much emphasis on one thing thinking it's not sufficient, it'll overkill your actual work. And usually the first, second time is You know, after one rewrite, it's usually sufficient. Um, but yeah, you know, you can't not just give a child this and say, even a prompt, you can't just give it to them and say, write this. Tell me about what you did today. That's not going to happen. That's not going to produce quality work. Because if somebody asks you the same thing, you probably couldn't do it either. There's a process. And I did put on Instagram on the 25th, I think. It's still on the board as a matter of fact. But I think 26th. I put a, no, it was on the 25th because I was ready for the next day. I put the little, you know, so if you go back and see the picture on the whiteboard, you can kind of get an idea. But they're going to tell you in that video the process of what I did. And, you know, they write on their own. They've been writing on their own, but this is for you all to see the process. And no, it wasn't a one-day process. You don't get them to sit down and tell me what you did in one day and that's it. Because you're going to get tears. Everybody's going to be upset and frustrated, and you're going to get one sentence, and I can't think of anything else. These kids have a spiral notebook. I think in 3 days they filled up a page, and that's not even the whole story. So be looking out for that. Sometime in the next, give me a week. Give me a week. And then, you know, I will be available to answer any questions because, again, I think it's important, and I can see that some of you all are really waiting on it from what you saw. So I will be open to that, and if I have to go in and explain any more, if you want the kids to explain. But they're excited to share their story. That'll probably be the little finale. They want to read the entire story to the kids. So have your kids watch the video as well so that they can see, because they had some really inspirational messages for your children. All right, so housekeeping done. Homeschool conventions. Is anybody going to a convention? Has anybody ever been to a convention? Where at? When did you go? Why did you go? What did you get out of it? Do you want to go to a convention? Or do you not know what a convention really is and are curious? Have heard some stories? Talk to me. Couldn't agree more. I remember seeing the video. Okay. Good. You saw the video. Anybody? Conference, homeschool conference? No. But there's one. I'm trying to look out the window at the kids. There's always one in Indy. Yes. All right. So I know for many of us, most cities do have some type of convention or conference at least once a year. And if not, they're not too far away. But I know that a lot of times just getting up, leaving the house is a problem. So imagine if you have to go across the city or across the state or, you know, something like that. You know, and then the expense if you want to travel. There's one locally in Dallas. That's the Great Homeschool Convention. And would I go to that one? No. I think I would go to the one in Nashville. Because I think it just, because it's more centrally located, I think it would be more of an experience if I were going to that one this year. Let's see, there are a couple more, but they are on a smaller scale. And yeah, it's a time thing. So what if I told you that you can attend homeschool conference this year for free, including childcare? I'm going to sit here and wait a minute, because if nobody comments, guess what? End of the chat. I'll keep my information. No, I'm just playing. But wouldn't that be awesome, though, to be able to attend a conference like that? I'm looking out for the kids. I'm going to give you a couple of 5 little perks of attending this one. You'll get clarity and direction for your homeschool. You'll learn how to teach effectively. I'm still here. You will receive practical, doable tips and ideas. You'll gain knowledge and understanding, and walk away with the confidence to set up your homeschool for success. And like I said, the best part is it is completely free. There's no travel cost, and you don't actually need babysitters. Now, how is that possible? You get to listen from home. Listen from home, in the comfort of your own home. Okay? What I suggest is, before I tell you when, because it's grand, okay? You want to arm your kids with all the coloring books, activity books, all the movies, all the whatever you can get your hands on to keep them out of your hair. Okay? Seriously. If you have to get a babysitter, get a babysitter. I don't care who, but you don't want to miss it because it's free. Okay? If you have to get somebody to come in the house and watch the kids, or tell grandma, you'll take her out to dinner or something, whatever. You don't want to miss it. Please share, because I always thought it was the Badu curriculum. Well, it is. You have a place to get your hands on curriculum. That's one way to, one aspect of it. That's, a good way. If you're not able to just purchase curriculum or borrow from other people, a lot of people do co-ops, and so they're able to borrow curriculum from other people, or some people even mail it out to their friends or, somebody, and they mail it back. So if you're not able to get your hands on that actual curriculum and you're really considering it, a convention or a conference is a good way to do that. Unless there's a store locally, in which most places there are homeschool stores. You just have to look for them. And you want to go a couple times and check out what you have, so that you can see. But some people just go to the conferences or the conventions just for that aspect, to shop, because they save on the shipping. The other thing is the networking, and the main thing are the speakers. You get all these speakers and seminars, and it's people that you know and have already been exposed to, okay? So you get to hear, from veteran homeschoolers, and it's like, they're, I don't want to say old, but they're old, so they know, 20, 30 years under their belt. Yes, ma'am.
We changed it.
What did he do?
He changed it to Nick.
Oh, well, can you wait a minute? Go tell Layla to come here.
They're playing in the mud.
Tell Layla, come here for a minute.
They're playing in the mud.
Tell them I said not to play in the mud, or everybody has to come in. And ask Layla to come and change it for you, if that's what you want. So, second, some people may think that, the conventions or conferences are for new homeschoolers, and they're not. They're for new and experienced. There are people that, 20, 30 years and they're still going, because you always get it's like a breath of fresh air. You can do things for so long, but sometimes it just, it's good to always hear something new, somebody new, let's see. And I know most of the time if you're traveling, it is, you have to entertain the kids and you have to feed the kids and all of that. So what happens is if you're by yourself, if the child is not, cooperating, then you're going to miss, part of your seminars and things like that. So, it's kind of difficult to go and get the full experience. I know a lot of people will take their mom or their aunt or somebody with them and keep the kids in a hotel room while they go, if it's, one of those types. But again, that's all costly. If it's a husband and wife, they have to team up. You take the kids out in the lobby and, whatever. Some of them, they have where you pay extra for the kids to go to a children's conference. So, that type of thing. Another thing about grandma and grandpa, the majority of the conventions, even the big ones, grandma and grandpa are free. Okay? So keep that in mind. If you can't go and you can send them, because I'm going to tell you something later on that has to do with that. Hopefully I can remember. All right. So, okay, I didn't know. Thanks for explaining. I would love to see Susan and Jesse Wise. I'm reading it together, but I got it. Yeah. And so, yeah, you never really know who, who might end up being speakers. Okay, so this thing here, and I'm going to tell you who we're going to see, and then I'll tell you all the details. Okay, so Kathleen Cotter Lawler. This is a veteran homeschool mom. Steve Demme. A lot of you know Steve Demme. Matthew C. Steve Demme is one of the speakers in this conference. Audrey Renchlin Basher. I think that's how to say that. Also, math. I know the program. I'm trying to remember the program. Chris Yost. Computer. CompuScholar. Who else? Somebody else I'm missing. I can't think of this person's name. S.J. Barconi. I think that's how to say that. Or Barconi. Donna Goff. She is a, I want to say third generation homeschooler. Patrick Noor. And I'm getting to somebody that everybody knows. I already told you Steve Demme. Julie Bogart is going to be at this conference. Brave writer. So wouldn't that be awesome when I was talking about writing? Now, I don't know all the, tips and things that she has to share, but she is awesome. Had I not my own knowledge, I would so graciously, flock. I'm not that I don't, but, I've been doing this for a while now. So, some of the things that she says, do follow suit to what I've already been doing. So, yeah. But, again, I'm just excited, too, to be able to see her. Her topic is the secret to breakthrough in writing, and it's for all ages. Julie Collier is another one, and Blaine Richland Basher. He's going to be talking about relationships. Greg Deming. His topic is training your children to be social superstars. So also relationship, but his relationship with the children. And he's also going to be speaking on intentional parenting, mentoring your children to greatness. And Donna Goff, this is a good one. She has 2 sessions. Lion Tamer in the 3-ring circus. So do you guys feel like the Lion Tamer? You know what? Today, before I came on here, that's what today was. And I already know Mondays are like that. Mondays are always kind of crazy. We don't really do too much. Or I kind of take off on a Monday because it's just like a circus around here. And, oh my gosh. So I just, we got through some things and I said, you know what, go outside because it's Monday and it's crazy. And I didn't want to, I didn't want to aggravate the situation further, but everybody was feeling like, Jill Stowell, understanding your struggling student and strategies that can help. Okay, now, I want you to grab a pencil, pen, piece of paper, your cell phone, pull up your calendar, or pull up your text. Whichever one, however one you want to do this, you can text it to yourself, but you need to make an alert. You need to set a notification so that it's going to go off so that you don't forget. This is open registration in April. Okay. So a little bit of, I may come back in and say something and I may not because, again, this is limited. So I'm not going to keep this information up. So, like I said, may the force be with you all. All right. Remember, keep in mind I said free. Okay. So, April 23rd. That is a Monday. Okay. You want to take spring break in April, y'all. Okay. Take another spring break in April. It's worth it. They can hang out for a while. Like I said, arm them with some junk. They'll be fine. That spring break after the spring break. So April 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. They're like a whole week. Most conferences, 3 days. You get a whole week. Okay, for free. So that's why I said you need to have somebody to, man the kids. Okay. Starting at 9:30 a.m. Pacific. So you count your, your time zones. But on the 23rd, that entire week, every morning, 9 o'clock is when this thing starts. I think the last speaker is set at 5 that day. Or 4:30. No, 3:30. So 3:30. No, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30. That's how that works. All right. Now, you want to title your alert or your note or whatever, Ultimate Homeschool Bootcamp. You keep writing because I need to tell you where to go. Okay? So you have your schedule and you have your dates. You want to go to HECOA.com. .com. You want to go to, there's a drop down that says events. You want to go to events and you will see that. You click on events and it'll bring you. I'm going to show you what you're going to see. You're going to see this. This is what you're attending. You do not have to be a paid member to do this. This is free. They do have a paid membership thing. This is not a, what do I want to say? This is not a collection of audio files. This is a live conference. Okay? And so at that time, when you go to that page, you're going to tap on that screen or click on the screen and you'll be plugged into that live stream. And you can comment. You can ask questions and things like that. But keep in mind that because it is live, they can't really, they are speaking. They may not be able to answer all of the, all of the stuff. So you don't have to download anything. You just sit there and watch. You're going to grab you some food, all of that. Hey, Miss Freeman, thank you for joining. So, you can, again, you can, from the comfort of your own home, this week-long conference, any device, you'll be able to stream it. And, I mean, all of these expertise, what am I trying to say? This homeschool expertise is in one and for free. I mean, you cannot beat this. You can't beat it at all. I caught that information. I need to write it down. HECOA.com. Go to events. That's Homeschool Educational Council of America. And you guys, now that you know this site, this is what I gave you guys a couple weeks ago. They were talking about the turn pin case. Make that one of your go-to sites. And you can also access them on YouTube and on Facebook. But make this one of your go-to sites. That way you won't, because there's a lot. This is free. It's public information. It's not a secret. But again, I like you guys. So, yeah. Some people, nobody has ever shared it. So, whether anybody knows or, more than I know, it's not anything old to me. I've been doing this for years. But, you will be in the loop, of things. And a lot of times they do have the live sessions, and they're available 24 hours, up to 24 hours. And then after that, it becomes archived for the paid members. So you won't miss anything as long as you're, sign up for the email and all of that, and just check back, because it's a good resource in general, just like HSLDA. It's a very good resource. But there's, tons of free information because they know. HECOA. Let me see. I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm going to do it on my phone. There. So, there you go. So you log in, at the time of the, at the time of the conference, and you just click the the box. It's just going to be a box. You won't see anything moving, but click it, and that will open up it'll open up the chat or the conference. Click the picture. So, think of some questions. That way you'll have some questions ready for different people. Some of them you may be able to ask in advance or think of in advance, just knowing who they are. But, it kind of helps to have something so that you're ready and you're more likely to get your question answered. Because like I said, it's a lot of people. So, you want to have a fair chance at, and you can always highlight, copy and paste it if you have to ask twice. So thank you. You're welcome. Okay. So April 23rd, 2018 through April 27th. So that is like I said, a Monday to a Friday. So action packed. So that's where I will be during that time. And, I might do a brief reminder again maybe on the, when you guys get those little, what's it called? It's on the community page. When you get the little question or message from me or little update, it might be something on there. But that's it. I'm not going to go anymore. I'm just going to type this website in and that's it. If you guys remember to go to it and whoever else missed this and they actually go to it and they get it, then, it'll be a good thing for them. But those, I like to share, what I can when I can and give. Just give. I can't do anything but help. Let me see. I'm trying to think, is there anything else to say? But you'll be able to read when you go to that page. You'll be able to read all of the, the little bios on the people, and you can highlight your little schedules and get your alerts going so you don't miss if you don't want to sit through the whole thing, because that is a whole week. But it's something free. I'm going to take advantage of the whole thing. So, yeah. But set your, set up your plan of action. Let me see. One of these topics is the way forward, the 4 pathways and the many roads less traveled besides college and university for home educated families. So that is one of the topics. One of the speakers' topics. Rocking homeschool on a shoestring is one of the topics. Influence of fathers. Let them pick up rocks. And did I read that? Online courses, how to choose them, what to expect, and how to help your students succeed. I think I read the other topics. But, yeah, that lion tamer, I definitely want to tune into her because, like I said, she's a 3rd generation veteran homeschooler. So, these are topics that you won't find in a box, okay? And, like I said, this is helpful for me, even, at my level, my veteran status. This helps me because, again, I don't know everything, and somebody has done, more, done differently. And so I really appreciate when I attend conferences and things like that, because I get, some more insight and just even clarity on some things, and just the same as you all, just when you come here, you get you're doing a good job. It's okay. That type of thing, that reassurance. So I get, a little more reassurance. So, but yes, you can share with, you can share with friends or whoever. But like I said, this, I don't know how long I'm going to keep this live chat or the video public. So, but yeah, feel free to share it if you want to share it. And we can come back, later, like in May or something, after things calm down, because you guys know I have to fly out in May. But yeah, somewhere probably about the end of May, maybe we can talk about it. Or if maybe that next week we can talk about it, just depending on my time and what I'm doing, if I have time then. And just the overall experience, because I want, even though this is not mine, I want the feedback from you all. Was this actually helpful? What did you get out of it? So that others can see as well, what you got out of it, because I believe most of you, this is your first time attending. So this will help other people, and that chat will stay live. And then I probably will put this one back up, for public, but just so they can know what's going on. But it'll be live. Other thing I wanted to say about, the whole attending conferences and things like that. I talked about grandparents being free. Grandparents are at most of the conferences, teaching them diligently. The Great Homeschool Convention, those are the real big ones. Their grandparents are free. If you don't know, if they're not going, and you have a friend or a neighbor that is going, have your friend or your neighbor or, whoever's in charge of the co-op that is going to bring you back the conference on audio. Okay? And if they cannot do that, because they make CDs of these things, okay? If they, if you don't know anybody, you can always go to that conference website and order the conference. Of course, it's going to cost you, but you still have the same experience. You won't get your hands on the product, but you will be able to hear the speakers. So keep that in mind. I mean, there's a little bit of a fee, but guess what? If you had to get on a plane and get babysitters and hotels and, food, that would cost you much more. Or even making a road trip, that would cost you more than just ordering the, the conference on audio. So definitely, Charlie Rancher, keep that in mind for, for the future. Okay. I think usually, when you do attend these conferences and you go, to the convention live, the sooner you register, the cheaper it is. It's usually like maybe a $20 to $40 discount. Sometimes maybe $10, but it's cheaper to register before. And then sometimes they'll let you bring, it's one child or something. I don't know. It's one child per paid adult. So it's not that bad. And then the children's fees are usually half of the adult fee. But, I mean, I know that can get costly just for a local one. You can end up spending $100 easily just to get into the thing. And, if that's the money that you have to spend on the curriculum, if that's what you're going for, that's kind of discouraging. So, but here, you get all of the same benefits of going, actually attending, without the, to me, this is better because you don't have all the distractions. you're just going to be, distraction of your own home, and, not have to worry about other people's kids, because, there's other people's kids in attendance, and a lot of times they don't take them out of the room. So, thanks for sharing. And what you enjoy, I will talk to you later. So, but other than that, I don't have any other things to talk about. Yeah, I'm right on the nose at 6:33. All right. Just stay tuned for the writing process, that I'm doing with the kids. And like I said, give me a week and I'll have all of that put together. And I'm thinking maybe 45 minutes-ish is what it's about. It may be shorter than that. I don't know how much I clipped. Sometimes I think I'm recording a long time and then I really don't. So I don't know, because it's been, it's a compilation. So every day I try to get a little bit. So it may not even be that long of a video by the time I finish. But again, like I said, make sure the kids watch it with you so that they can hear the message from my kids that they wanted to share. So, after that, I don't have anything else. I really don't. You guys know my status. I'm busy. Still writing. I'm busy. It's a lot going on. It's just, I'm waiting for the next couple of months to just pass. Lots of stuff happening. We have had college acceptance letters and college not acceptance letters, university, that type of deal. And we're busy. So I will see you all somewhere. I know I haven't been on Instagram. I haven't been anywhere. But I do appreciate you all. I did say take advantage of the videos, all of them, while they are still public. And I'm just not posting anything yet. It'll be on the fly. Unless, I get crazy, mad comments to where I can't control them, then I'll just privatize all of them. But, I see that there is activity, and that's what I need. Keep watching them. So, other than that, you all have a wonderful week. I'll let the girls watch too. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they are a mess, but I mean, I let them handle it because I don't want it to seem like I did this. I didn't, my little part, you're going to know what I told them to do or how I coached them. Yeah. Alright, you all. I will see you in your, try to catch up on some videos in the process of what I'm doing, watching you all. But I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.